Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Before I begin, let me say everything I say is alleged, my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. But let's get into this review of Grown in Gospel Season 1, Episode 1, The Prodigal Daughter Returns. So listen, as someone who was in the church in my younger years, okay, this trigger warning, okay, in church you are judged, especially if you are part of the in crowd, okay? Yes, there are cliques in church, okay? Church is a whole social event every Sunday or whatever frequency you go, okay? It's a fashion show, although it says come as you are. It's a whole lot of gossiping and fornicating going on. See, luckily I was so young that I wasn't involved in no mess, but old enough to know that the Deacon Bob should not be flirting with Usher Becky, okay? Because he had a whole wife. And as I got older, I went for the word. And if you're not careful, you get caught up in those cliques again. Because people are gossipy and judge in church, outside of church, all the above. Anyway, let's get on with this review. Let's get into this cast. For the most part, they all grew up together, with Bree being on the outside of the group. Or let's just say a newcomer to the group. They all know of her, but I guess she wasn't around to hang out with them or whatever. So Bree, she's the daughter of Fred Hammond. Nakia is the daughter of Dr. Dorinda Clark. Jay Brooks is the son of the founding member of Commission. Tasha is the daughter of Elisa Page, the lead singer of a group called Witness. And then Elijah, he's the son of Reverend Dr. Janice Connor, and he's a preacher's kid, okay? We find out in the first minute or two that Tasha had to stand up in front of the church and apologize for getting pregnant at 17. She said she was so embarrassed and humiliated. Wow. I believe it was Tasha who also said she was living a double life because she was in a strip club singing. Elijah was shunned from the church because he decided to sing secular music. And all this in the first few minutes of the show. So I would reckon it's hard to be in the shadows of the greatest of them all, let alone those people being your parents. So we got Elijah, the preacher's kid. We open up with him in his bathtub and some champagne. He's on social media. He said and social media is needed to build up his audience, and he was letting them know where he's going to be at his next event. He said he is over the church and he is getting to the bag. Okay, if this was a scene to project sexiness, it's a no for me. But somebody out there love it, okay? Then we move on to Nakia Cole. Her and her children are living with her mother, Dorinda Clark, Dr. Dorinda Clark, okay, because her husband is in jail. No details on why he's in jail, but later on we can put two and two together, okay, and make four. That's just my opinion, okay? Nakia is the manager for the Clark sisters. Her mother thinks she is doing an excellent job at being a manager for the sisters. Nakia lets us know that she has always been rebellious. She was into the drugs, tattoos, and in the clubs, okay? But her mom and her are best friends now. She said her mother never gave up on her, and she got really emotional about that in her confessionals. Later, the mother gets on a call with Nakia's husband. He wants to plan a 40th birthday party, which Nakia, she said she ain't planning on doing nothing for her birthday. He wants to host a party from jail. Hello, how you do that? But okay. He said he will send money to help the mom get it done. Child, I can't. I'm going to reserve my opinion for later to get more details on how he is accomplishing this after 4 years in jail. But okay. Then we move on to Bree. So Bree has moved back to Detroit to pursue her music career. Bree said that the Detroit gospel scene is very small and people would be surprised to see her back. I just want to know, why did she leave? I guess we're going to find out, in the later episodes. Bree mother and brother comes over to our house. Bree lets us know that her brother was adopted at 5 months. Bree and her husband decided that it would be best if she goes back on the road to sing backup. Okay, we need more elaboration of like why your husband, was y'all having a hard time in Lincoln, Nebraska? Like, why did you leave? Did they cut that out? I need more information. But anyway, Bree said her husband wanted a traditional marriage, and she said that is not her. So did y'all get a divorce and that's why you came back to Detroit, or was it for the reality show? We need more detail, okay? Bree let us know that her father was in her life up till she was 16 years old. Bree said up until that point, all she knew was her family, and she was in the family business. But when her parents divorced, it became hard for them. All right, let me get on the soapbox for a minute. Okay, this is the problem with women. Sometimes we are so busy building our man's dreams that we forget about our own dreams. And I know, like, sometimes it's hard because if you have kids, you raising the kids, it's hard to, but we listen, women, you got to get your own thing going. So when a man decides to walk out like her father did, it won't be so hard on the mother and the children, okay? All right, let me get off my soapbox now. So Bree said there's a strain in the relationship with her father, and it's affected her in her career. But at the end of it, she just wants her father, and she gets emotional in her confessional as well. So we move on to Nakia. She's setting up a whole romantic scene to prepare for a call from her husband from jail. I thought it would be a FaceTime call, with her doing all of that, but it was actually a regular collect call from an inmate, okay? I can't even deal. We find out that her husband was sentenced to 7 years and has done 4 years so far. She says she don't care what people think and don't like when church folks judge her situation. Well, Nakia, welcome to reality TV where you would be judged by the whole world, okay? I do believe that she do make time for her husband and, the intimate time, but this whole scene, it just seemed like it was made for TV, in my opinion. Elijah goes to the radio station to promote his single Appetite with legendary DJ Bushman. He said his album is coming soon. He said he wants to target women with this song, but don't care who listens. He said he don't care. Okay, it could be monkeys, dogs, whatever. Okay. The host asked why not sing gospel. So he said that he likes sex too much. Like, I do. Did we really need to know that? Okay, but anyway. Elijah is the extra one, okay? We can all see it, okay? Elijah said he is grateful that he has the support of the radio station and that it's actually in his hometown of Detroit. The little bit that I did hear the song, it sounded okay. But I guess they couldn't play the whole song. It was really low, but it sounded okay. Bree meets up with Jay Brooke. They have been friends since high school. She lets us know that Jay is one of her mentors. Bree said it's been challenging being back in Detroit and that she is looking to get direction and advice from Jay. Jay asks her what her plans are. She says she needs records, visuals, and connects. She says she is trying to figure out the genre she wants to come up with because gospel and R&B is not where it's at. She says she already got paid to shake it. Now, I want to know what you mean by that. When you got paid to shake it. So, was that part of your background singing stuff with the R&B? I don't know, but I guess we'll find out later. Anyway, I got questions, okay? Jay is in his confessional. He said that they would be surprised that Bree came back and where she came from. And said it's not his monkey or his circus. What? Like... So what you trying to say, J Book? What you trying to say about Bree? Do tell, okay? I was like, what he mean when he said that? Okay. Jay lets us know that as much time as she spends at her, Jay lets Bree know that as much time as she spends at her 8-hour job, she has to put into her music. He said that she needs to write a song every day. He lets her know that it's not like back in the old days when you had to go in the studio. Right now, everything is on the computer. You don't even need a record label to put a song out. So it's easy to do. So we move on. There's Jay, Tasha, Elijah, and Nakia. They meet up at this place called Coney Island. It's a place that they used to go to when they were younger and to hang out. Jay lets them know that Bree is back in town and trying to get her career back up and running. Jay said that Bree makes a lot of excuses and blames everyone except pointing the finger at herself. Tasha and Jay know Bree. They both agree that if she wants to make it in the music business without her father, she is going to have to grind and work hard to do it. Jay feels like her gift was not celebrated by her family, and for her career to get back on track, she is going to need vocal training, style/fashion tips, and organization. Jay in his confessional said he invited Bree to Nakia's birthday party, but he did not tell the group. He said she needs to have a thick skin to be around this group. Oh, Lord. Nakia meets with the Clark sisters to go shopping for stage outfits. They talk about Bree coming back to town. Nakia says she can relate to Bree and the things she has gone through. Here we go again with these things about Bree. Like, what has she gone through? All right, we still got some episodes. I guess we're going to figure it out. Her aunt tells Nakia to talk to her because they have a lot in common and they were both rebellious, apparently. Bree did not have the best relationship with her father. Nakia lets us know that Jay and Bree dated each other at one point and that Bree needs to mend a relationship with her father. So we move on to the birthday party. So there's Jay and Tasha. They're sitting at the table already. They commend Nakia's husband for being able to pull a birthday party off from jail. Like, this is like the highlight of this first episode, okay? Bree walks in and Tasha has a lot to say. She is not feeling her look. She said it's homely and Salvation Army-ish in her confessionals, but hugs her at the party and tell her she looks nice. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. So Elijah's talking in his confessional. He says that the last time he saw Bree, she had on a wig, and today she looks like a plain Jane, and that she's the daughter of royalty, and he's embarrassed for her. Okay, maybe I'm a plain Jane because I didn't think she looked that damn bad. So I don't know why they were on her like that. But anyway, and that's my thing too. Like, she came from Lincoln, Nebraska. She's sleeping on an air mattress. You don't know what she got going on, but y'all making these judgments. But that's just my opinion. Let's move on. Nakia was surprised by the birthday party. Her husband made speeches, not sure if it was recorded or if he was on the phone. He upgrades her wedding ring for her birthday. She cries, she get emotional. Elijah said that the church community is not going to say anything about Nakia's husband being in jail because she is the daughter of a Clark sister. Okay. Like I said, it's cliques, hierarchies, all that in church, okay? Then you see Tasha lean over to you see Tasha lean over to Nakia and says, Bree here is a cut in color. Now, was that funny? It was funny to them, but I didn't get it. Like, what was wrong with her hair? Maybe I'm gonna have to go back and look, but I didn't see nothing wrong with her look. I really didn't. But that's that part of judging, okay? Nakia introduces Bree to her mother. Bree lets Dr. Dorinda Clark know that she writes and sings, and the mother told her to keep her day job. And Bree agrees. She says she can't afford to quit her job, and people think it's easy because, her father is who he is, and it's not that easy. So Dr. Corinda Clark Sheard lets her know that, people, they don't see y'all as normal because of who we are, but, she told her, she gives her words of encouragement, I guess. So then the last part, I believe it was Elijah, and he was all up in Bree's hair. Like, you don't go around touching nobody's hair. Like, what's wrong with you? So Bree says, only my man does that. He was like, oh, I didn't know you had a man. Here we go with extra Elijah, okay? So he's in his confessional, and he was like, he wants to know why Bree is back in town. He feels like she's putting on an act. Like, are you jealous because she got blonde hair too? I'm not understanding, like, what was the big deal? I didn't get it. So anyway, here's my synopsis, okay? To be honest, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the show. And what I am liking overall so far from this first episode is that we get to see the real with the church family, if you know what I'm saying. Like, when you go to church, you feel like you have to be a certain way and do a certain thing. But to be honest, you human and you got to live your life. At the end of the day, whether your mother's a preacher, whether your parents are famous singers, gospel singers, you have to still live your life and find your way. It's your life to live. You only got one to live. You can't live for your parents or anybody else. You got to live for you. I can understand where these groaning gospel people are coming from. They living their lives on their terms. So I'm okay with that. So I'm really interested to see how this episodes and season go for Groaning Gospel. Anyway, that's all I got. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when my next video comes out. Peace. See you in the next video.